This is Sarah Delevalle of Citizen Media. We are here with the incredible Roger Stone, and thank you so much for taking a few minutes.
Thanks to be here.
Thank you. So we've seen numerous attempts by the left to try to influence the upcoming election, mail-in ballots, ballot harvesting, attempting to ban voter ID laws. What are your thoughts on that? Does that concern you at all in regards to how the results might play out on election night?
Yes, it's very concerning. It's not just the mail-in ballots that are problematic. It's also the traditional methods of vote stealing. Dead people coming back to vote, people who are not registered, not eligible voting, people voting multiple times. It's in our urban centers where you have one-party control that these things happen. And I frankly think the Republican Party and the Trump campaign are not totally prepared for Election Day. But we have to be vigilant. I think there will be hard evidence of voter fraud, particularly harvesting. I think there's a national operation for ballot harvesting. What we saw in Minnesota was just a tip of the iceberg. We have to be prepared to fight this in court if necessary.
Great. So are you concerned that the Democrats could try to come after you again? I mean, as we've seen with their endless witch hunt against our
I think they have already announced that they intend to do so based on a totally fraudulent claim that I somehow traded my silence regarding non-existent misconduct by the president in return for clemency. There's no evidence to support that. Michael Cohen claims that he overheard a telephone conversation, but I can disprove that, actually. There's no evidence of it. It's an uncorroborated plea bargain-induced claim.
And with these endless pursuits against conservatives, do you think that conservatives are under attack in America right now?
There's no question about it, particularly on social media. I mean, I'm banned on Twitter, I'm based on Facebook, I'm banned on Instagram. Why do these people fear the truth? I'm banned because I tell the truth and for no other reason.
Right. So, as somebody who's personally experienced time and time again attacks by the left, we know that one of the best ways to create change is actually to get involved with leadership. Are there any plans for you to get involved in any way? I mean, what does the future hold for us?
Well, first I'm going to write another book because I think people have to understand the tyranny of our judicial system and the corruption in our judicial system. The idea of a fair trial of your peers is a quaint notion, but in the District of Columbia, it doesn't work that way. So I'm going to outline the corruption of everything I've been through, the judge, the jury, the system, the pretrial rulings. This was rigged start to finish. It was more like a Soviet-style show trial, but because I was gagged by the judge during most of the trial, I've never had a chance to tell my side of the story, and my upcoming book will do that.
Well, we're very, very much looking forward to the release of that book for sure. And your most recent book, The Myth of Russian Collusion, was actually published right in the midst of your legal battles.
Yeah, the judge actually tried to throw me in prison for writing that book. So much for the First Amendment and free speech.
What made you go ahead with it and publish it?
Well, it published just days before the gag order was imposed. So the government tried to claim that the publication of the book, because it's critical of Robert Mueller, violated the gag order. That's incorrect. The book was published prior to the gag order. And as for the corruption of Robert Mueller, that doesn't even scratch the surface. I didn't know that he was completely out of his mind, but we now know that.
Right, we do. Well, where can people purchase this book?
The best place to go is to stonecoldtruth.com, stonecoldtruth.com. If you go to the store, there you can buy all my books. You can buy my iconic Roger Stone Did Nothing Wrong t-shirt. All those things help support me in this fight.
Around here, yeah. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Stone. Thank you for joining us at
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Look forward to hearing more from you.
Thank you.
Thank you.